Let's go. Hello, everyone. Let me just fix the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Hey, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. Oh, I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. Good. Say hello. Let me know if you guys hear me. We're gonna start in 1 minute. Just fixing the technical stuff here and there. Need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Yes, sir. I don't know why my video is constrained in that circle, so you don't see the full library. But yeah, I have like books. Boom, welcome everyone. We're gonna start in a minute. Boom. All right, let me know, guys, in the comments if you hear me well. Yeah, sorry. There we go. All right. Okay. How is it now? Can you guys hear me well? Boom, and we are gonna give it a start. Sorry, I was trying to set everything up. This is a live, so a couple of things can go sideways. I don't control everything. Okay, everybody's telling me it's much better. Much better. Great to see you, Ludo. It's been a while. Hope you're doing great. Here we go. Get started. Welcome to the live session. This is not a recording. We are reacting to everything that you're saying. We're gonna have a look at your startup, at your pitch. Oh, I love it. We have a gold viewer here, Justin. Justin, if you want to jump in, I'll give you the link. Just let me know. Send me a DM and I'll send you the link to the stage if you want to jump in and spread that marketing wisdom for a couple of minutes. Okay, everyone can hear us well. Lloyd here. It's amazing. I love you guys. Great to have everyone here. So today, another day, another episode. So today I have to share something with you because I've been doing this live session. I started this live session this Monday, and I've been doing it nearly every single day, but I was not broadcasting on LinkedIn. And today I decided just to switch the LinkedIn on. So now we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, and it's interesting to see where people are catching the live from. So I love that. So in today's session, we are going to have a look at a couple questions that I got from Reddit and X. Mind you, I'll check LinkedIn if we have any questions. Otherwise, we'll catch up to yesterday's episode and see if I can sort of finish my explanation that I started yesterday about how to pick the right idea and how to get your first 100 customers. Boom, Justin. Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna DM you the link if you want to jump in right now. This is gonna be an amazing live session. So let me do this right now. Copy the link. Oh, if we could get Justin live, this would be amazing. Let me just do that. Let me see if we can do that. Justin. There we go. Let's try to do that. There we go. Justin. Boom. Sorry, it's a bit slow. It's like my broadband is getting drained by the live. For some reason I can't DM you anything. I don't know why. Ah, there you go. Boom. Okay, Justin, it's in your DMs. Just pop in the studio. You are welcome as always. You're one of my You're one of my favorite buddies to have conversations with live. So let me know. Now let's have a look at what we have here so far. We have a really cool question. I tagged it from Caleb. I'm just gonna show it here. Why do you think most products fail? We definitely are going to address that today in this session, next live. In the meantime, I just want to have a look at what we have in the social media right now. Oh, guess who popped? Oh man, Justin, give me a thumbs up if I can bring you up because I don't want to. Okay, oh, I can bring Justin up. Yes, I love it.
Riley, how you doing, man? Thanks for the invite. Good to see you, man.
Oh man, I love it. If you guys don't know Justin, have a look at his Instagram, LinkedIn. Justin is all over the place. He's the Ronin of marketing, and I'm just super honored to have you in here. This is live. This is impromptu. It was not staged, and so that's how good Justin is, because he can show up, pop up, and drop that value. How's it going, Justin?
Yeah, doing great. Yeah, we just finished our space on X, our Friday space in the startup circle community, which we've gotten up over to 8,000 members, which is big. Adding value, and you always contribute on there, Riley. So thank you for that. And yeah, it's exciting. About to do some client work here at my 10 o'clock. I got to head to an in-person. But yeah, I saw you pop up the live, and we need to do more lives. I mean, people want lives. It gives them the opportunity to ask questions and you answer them, which is great. And it's a little different format than spaces, obviously. The face-to-face, people can see you on camera. There's a little more trust established. And but yeah, always great to see you. Love what you're building, love the track record that you have and your clients, because that's what it's all about, is getting those client transformations, those client wins, and growing together here. So yeah, thanks for having me aboard here. And where are you hosting from live today?
Sorry, what do you mean by where I'm hosting from?
Oh yeah, so where are you broadcasting from, like right now? Where are you located?
So I'm broadcasting from Montreal, Canada, so slightly up north.
Okay,
Still a bit,
nice.
still a bit cold these days. I wish to be in San Diego. You guys have the amazing weather.
Yeah, we pay that sunshine tax, so you don't have to when you come visit. So I always like to say that. But yeah, I mean, I got some new apparel here. Hopefully it's coming through okay. Yeah, like we got to live our brand at the end of the day. I'm a big brand guy. I'm all about building brands, and built a lot of company brands for a lot of clients. And but there's something different. There's a different feeling that happens when you're building your own brand, right? Like when I see Riley online, I know it's the orange, right? It's catchy, it's flashy. He's got the orange and black colors, right? So really establishing your brand and really leaning into, what does your brand stand for and how you want to be remembered? Because there's a quote that I always like to say, people might not remember what you say, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I can tell you guys that Riley really cares about his clients. He cares about helping people as a startup advisor, and his track record is what it's about. So yeah, thanks for having me aboard, Riley. I feel like I'm talking too much here, but it's so good to see you live. We've been wanting to get on camera together and do a live, and here we are. So and it's Friday, so we're having some fun. So um,
Absolutely, and I love the fact that you're saying this because for people who sort of who don't know the behind the scenes, but Justin and I have been trying to sync together forever to be live on stage, and I just pulled out my live and he just decided to join. And so moral of the story is sometimes stop overthinking it and just do it. So I love this. I love this. Justin, I really want to put some lights on you right now cuz I love what you're doing. I love your messages. I love your pillars, your expertise and stuff. So I want to I want to give you my audience for you to present yourself. Who are you? What you're doing? And yes, who's Justin?
yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity again, Riley. And I shared the stream to my X and LinkedIn. I don't know if it'll work, but I saw the button.
Oh yeah,
per
yeah, yeah. You can do that.
StreamYard.
Absolutely.
So let's see if that works. It's all about getting more eyeballs on this value that Riley is dropping here, and I'll see if I can share with you guys some value as well. But yeah, just a quick 30 seconds about me. So um, I bootstrapped my way through business school. I ran an IT consulting company in the 2000s. I made $1 million in 5 years, but I only netted 50 grand in that business in those 5 years, and it taught me a very important lesson called profit. Right? So revenue is great, but what's greater than revenue is profit, right? And having those margins, because there's a lot of products and services out there that you know business owners and founders, they forget that they need to make sure that they're incorporating and having that profit factored into their deals and their products and services. Now, and then after I graduated in 2009, at the top of the business program, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get out of IT. I'm going to go into digital marketing. So, and it was a Gary Vaynerchuk video where he did at a Web 2.0 expo, where he was talking about the importance of social media and building your personal brand and all that stuff. I was like, you know what? I think a lot of businesses are going to need help building and establishing on social media. So I went, I literally stayed up till 4 a.m., like 20 days a month in my office, learning everything I could about social media, downloading every ebook, and just became obsessed and curious about the digital marketing space. And literally within 90 days, I went back to my top IT paying clients. And I said, hey, I'm starting a marketing agency. I'd love for you to be my first clients. You have a website. How is it working? And all of them said, it's not working. It's not doing anything for us. And so those became my first 5 clients. And very quickly, I was making 20, 25K a month within a few months. So that was my first introduction to, and all those clients for 90 days, I said, look, stick with me for 90 days. Let me show you what I can do. And then we can go from there. And obviously they paid me. They were getting results, traffic, sales, revenue. And I said, oh, I got it. I got the formula. And it was really when I got onto X, when the light bulb moment happened, where, so X is Twitter initially, back when I got into it in 2008, it's really a microblog, right? So if you understand anything about SEO or blogging, you'll understand that. And it was weird because I started seeing my actual tweets show up in search results back in the day when Twitter had an agreement with Google, and that's when the light bulb went off. So and then since then I worked my way up into corporate as well. My agency, those clients that I was doing really well with, some of them got bought or sold. My key contact left, fill in the blank, but I got back into corporate and I started working my way up as like a social media specialist or a digital marketing specialist, and then worked my way all the way up to manager, and then CMO, chief marketing officer, and worked for a lot of startups. But now lately, I've just been really focused on building my personal brand, building the Revenue Ronin community, and building my agency. And I've been going hard for the last 2.5 years because I put my personal brand on hold for 15 years, and I put my email list building on hold for 15 years. Those are the 2 biggest mistakes I made. So I highly encourage everyone to, even if you work a full-time job, never put your personal brand building online on hold and your personal email list building on hold, because these are assets, right? These are assets that stick with you. And so those are my 2 biggest mistakes and lessons learned, and I'll never make those mistakes again. And so I'm really feel like I'm making up for it. But yeah, the 3 key points I can share with people is everything starts with who you're being. That's number 1. So who are you being? Who are you showing up as? That's number 1. Number 2 is what is your environment? What is your environment? You want to make sure you're in a powerful environment, because environment is stronger than willpower. Right? Environment is stronger than willpower. I find myself taking myself out of my home office and going to work at hotels sometimes, because that's when I have these great ideas, and that's when I'm able to really focus and lean in, right? So take yourself out of an environment that's maybe you need a different pace, right? You need to change the scenery. And then the third thing is execution is everything. Execution is everything. Okay, guys, we get caught up in this analysis paralysis, and this shiny tool, and how can I do this, and I got to learn the latest hack. Just get out there, execute, find out what works, and do more of what's working and less of what's not working. And the biggest thing that you can have on your side is momentum. So, so yeah, hopefully that's some, and we're here to take questions, guys. Okay. So me and Riley, you got, great minds here that can answer any sales, marketing, founder questions that you have, things that you're struggling with. What is holding you back from that next big deal, that next big move that you're trying to break out of? Maybe you have clients that you're looking to scale. Maybe you're trying to acquire your first client. Like, we can help you. We can advise you because we've done it, right? You don't know it until you live it. This is another quote that I live by. You don't know it until you live it. Okay. And there's a lot of people talking out there, but have they lived it? Have they really experienced making payroll and being a founder and making sales and doing client fulfillment and navigating all that stuff? Because it's like a muscle, right? You got to build that muscle. And I've been building this entrepreneurial muscle for over 25 years. And I can tell you, I'm still learning every single day.
100%. I love it. Guys, I want to highlight something here. I want to make sure everyone gets it. This was absolutely not planned. When I started this live, I was not expecting to have Justin watching it or Justin jumping in there and saying what he just said. So that gives you the level of expertise that this guy has. That, and I'm honored to have you in here today. And as you said, Justin, we're here to answer questions so that when this life ends, you can take this back and execute on it. We actually already have a question that I parked earlier, and I
And we are
really
streaming live now. I just confirmed on my X and my LinkedIn. So this is cool. So Riley is streaming on his platforms and I'm streaming on mine. So this is a collaborative joint effort here. So wow, this is awesome. So yeah, let's get into it, Riley. I got about probably 20 minutes here. So let's get into it, brother.
Okay, so let me give you maximum attention so you can say everything you want within the next 20 minutes, and then I'll just give my share when you leave so that people can really get the value from you. So one question that I already had from someone, and I would love to have your marketing slash sales side of the story. Here's the question. Why do you think most product fail? And I'm gonna give you extra context in here. My audience are tech people, solo founders, tech builders, SaaS builders, and so they come from the tech side of things.
Yeah, great question. So I want to break this into a few components here. So the first reason why most products fail is because they don't have that validation from the marketplace. So breaking news, like, and I know this is going to come across harsh, but one thing about me is I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear always. Okay, that's one thing about me is, again, I don't tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay, big difference. So the reason why most products fail is they don't have that validation. And what do I mean? Meaning you don't have interest in your product yet. Meaning you haven't had enough conversations with people or users about your products yet. They haven't. And the biggest things that we measure for marketing and sales is interest and behavior. Okay, interest and behavior. Notice I didn't say anything about revenue, right? I didn't say anything about making money. We measure interest and behavior because these are clear indicators that your idea, that your product and or service has validation, because people have actually taken action and said, yes, I'm interested. They've raised their hand and said, I want more information about this product. This interests me. And you want to give opportunities for people to take that action. A big mistake that people make is they forget to add some sort of call to action in their copy, in their messaging, even on the phone. Okay, like you need to give people, get the attention, give them the value, and then offer a call to action. Right? That's your method, right? Get the attention, get the interest. Great, I captured interest. They're interested, and now I need to make my call to action. And always ask yourself, what's in it for them? Right? What's in it for them? Put yourself in their position and say, what would make me interested in this product that I'm building? And really talk to users. I know Riley says it a lot. Every time I hear him on his video, he's like, you're not talking into enough people. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. You're probably, if you want more revenue, you need to have more conversations, right? You need to have more conversations. And that's where I typically start. I ask people, well, how many calls did you make? How many DMs did you send? How many emails did you send? How many networking events did you attend? How many meetings did you have? I mean, those are fundamentals, right? Those are fundamentals. So start with the fundamentals, have conversations with prospects. And now what's great about social media, and this is really good about Reddit and X and all these online forums, groups and communities, is you can see people in there already asking questions or sharing their pain points, right? Man, I'm really struggling to get product to market fit, or I'm really struggling with this and that. And those are good opportunities for someone like Riley or myself to jump in and say, hey, what are you struggling with? Let's hop on a call. Let's figure this out. And obviously nowadays you want to give value up front, especially if you have a product. And how you get my attention and really win me over is if you have a product that you're actually solving a problem or a challenge that I have, and you're being proactive about it. You got to add value first. Right? We're in a day and age now where if you're not adding value first to the conversation and to that prospect, then it's going to be a challenge, right? Prime example for me, I conduct these light digital AI audits. What is it? I take their website URL and I scan it from A to Z, and I've built the framework using AI that really goes into, here's where your website is lacking revenue opportunities. Here's things that you need to fix that I've identified. And this is going to lead you closer to revenue, increase conversion rates, increase social proof, fill in the blank, right? So I've developed this with my frameworks over the last 15 years, and I offer this up front. And this really gets people interested because they're like, oh, wow, Justin really did this. And then also I'll spin up a quick landing page for them too, right? I'll just be like, hey, you're probably not converting people as well as you should be. And here's the way I would approach this. And I'll spin up a little landing page in Lovable if I think that they're a good fit. Again, you need to make sure that people are a good fit for your product and or service first and foremost. If they're not a good fit, then it's not going to make sense. So make sure that you're talking and engaging with people that are going to be potentially a good fit, and do your homework on a prospect before you get on a call with them. I can't tell you, this is a pro tip. Okay. Get your notebook out. And I got the branded notebook. I do. Okay, Riley, you know me, bro, and of course I got my branded water bottle, and hey, Jen, I'm still looking for that brand deal. Hey, Jen, I came by your office in LA, look me up. Okay. Hey, Jen, I'm a paying member. I got one affiliate already signed up. So get back to me on the emails. Hey, Jen. Okay. Much love to Hey, Jen. So as I was saying, you got to do your homework on your prospects before you meet with them, because then you come into the meeting and you really wow them, right? You really wow them and you give them value up front, and they're like really impressed. They're like, wow, Riley went the extra mile. He researched me. He looked me up. He knows what I'm about. He knows what I'm building. He's educated on, because then your prospect feels more comfortable in sharing with you, yeah, this is really what I'm struggling with, Riley. Okay, great. We can work through that. Here's how things work in my engagements. And in all honesty, the very best, and this is going to round out the question to the answer here, the best type of prospect that's for your company is ones that's invested, right? We pay attention more to what we invest in. So if you have a prospect who's actually said, I'm interested in your product and I'm willing to invest, right? I'm willing to sign up. And this is the real pro tip. Where they've seen so much value in your potential for your product or service. They're like, you know what? I want to join the pre-launch, right? Pre-launches are gold. Pre-interest lists are gold, especially if they've committed even $1. If they signed up for $5 or $1, there's something there. You are onto something big, if they've invested even, it's more than just giving them your email address. Like you've actually invested $1 or $5 or more. That means they're serious, right? They're serious. They're interested. So as you're building and you're validating, give people an opportunity to invest and sign up on your on your launch offer, on your initial offer. I'm doing the same thing at a live event, right? I'm pre-selling before I build out the full program, right? I'm pre-selling it, right? Because then I know it's validated, right? It's a 5K offer I'm putting together for this live event that I'm speaking at in San Diego. All I need is 10 people, and that's 50K in a day. That's my outcome. So I'm excited. And so, yeah, hopefully that answers the question. I know I went a little extra there, but I think this is massively valuable for people to really understand.
Yeah. No. I love it. That was a master class in a short amount of time. It was so good. It was so black belt level that I need to switch my glasses to match your level of explanation. I need my black glasses for your black belt master class.
Oh man, awesome.
No, I love it. I love it. Guys, if you have more questions, if you have questions for Justin, we have an expert in marketing and sales. It's probably going to stay for another 5 to 10 minutes top. So make sure you drop those questions in the chat. Justin, one thing I'm not sure about is if you have comments under your live. I'm not sure I'm receiving these questions on my system. So if you don't mind checking, um, so we don't miss any question from a couple of folks. So in the
Yes.
meantime,
Yeah. Let me
I'll
check
have
that
a
out.
look at what I have here. Okay, all good on your side?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So everything is centralized perfectly. Cool. I want to rebound on something that you said, and because I think it's gonna be super useful to tech builders, tech founders, SaaS builders, this notion of pre-selling. I know you've explained it a little bit more, but I would love for you to dive into this. Here's the situation. In the last 2 years, I probably did more than 200 consultations with tech founders. And I can tell you, my soul is crying. I had folks who paid me for a consultation and said things like, hey, I've been building for 6, 12, 18 months. I've invested 30, 50, 250K US dollars. I'm talking American dollars. I had one team who spent 13 months, 13 months, 250 US dollars building an application. And I said, how can I help? Can you guess what was the answer, Justin?
They were still pre-revenue.
Exactly. Zero customer. I have these kinds of people in my consultation every single week. You've built for months, you've invested tens of thousands of dollars, and you're at zero customer. And you said something 5 minutes ago, pre-sale. So now for these people specifically, Justin, can you try to explain to tech people why it's important to go for the pre-sale and why they should stop coding? Like remove their fingers from the keyboard or from the AI and get their first customers.
Yeah. So micro commitments is what it's really about. Micro commitments. So you see this play out with a lot of people on X, for example, like they're building and they're getting micro commitments from people that are interested in what they're what they're building up front, right? Like that's where that validation really comes from, is getting that validation through micro commitments. So for example, let's say I'm building this new AI tool, this dashboard. What I would do is I would say, hey, this is what I'm building, and I'm looking for, just the first 10 people who see value in this. And look, it's only going to be, a $50 investment commitment from you, which will be able to get me out of this, pre-beta phase and into, this next phase. So can I count on you to, based on what you've seen so far, would this be valuable for you and solve that problem in your business? And if it's a yes, great. Then it's like you send them the link right there. And here's another pro tip here, because people always, they don't want to show up to a call and get sold to, right? But how I approach
Wait
it.
a minute, Justin. Clip that. That's my AI who's gonna run in the background so we can make sure we get this. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so people don't want to show up to a call and get sold to typically, right? What they want is they want to be heard. They want to be listened to with what they're currently experiencing and what challenges they're having. And so how I usually get people on a call is, hey, I would love to run something by you. If you have like 10 minutes of your time, if I can just show you what I've been working on, I'd really value your feedback. And getting people on a call is very hard these days. I don't know if you noticed, but people are busy, right? They're distracted. They're they got a lot going on. It's called life. So the fact that actually getting agreement, that micro commitment of somebody to meet with you is huge, right? So that's number one, is getting that micro commitment. You don't want to be sold. You don't want to sell them. You want to just say, hey, do you mind if I jump on a quick 10-minute video call with you and share what I've been working on? I think you'll find it of interest. And they're like, yeah, I'm open to that. Okay, great. And you do that more, right? It's a numbers game at the end of the day. You start with 100 people, your dream 100 prospects, your dream 100 clients that you want to go after, and then you can get that down to 10. And 10 people, let's say you can get 2 or 3 people to say, I like what you're building, Riley. I'm willing to pay $50 as you build this out. And be transparent, be honest, and let them know, like, hey, I just want to let you know what I'm working on here, and I think this is going to be valuable for a pain point that you have, and would really love your commitment if you'd be open to this. And as I continue growing this and building this out. And then Riley's like, yeah, sure, that sounds great, Justin. Okay, great. So send them the payment link, get them going, and then you continue building. And that's how you validate your product. That's how you sell it, is really by being of service and just, hey, are you open to giving me some feedback? Your favorite F words in sales and marketing are feedback and also follow-up. Okay, these are your biggest F words. Okay, feedback and follow-up. So you're always asking for feedback, and then you're following up based on those micro commitments. And even you may have to follow up with people and say, hey, Riley, remember we talked last week, you were interested in becoming a Ronin. I just want to follow up and see if that was something that you're still interested in. And then Riley can say, oh, you know what, I'm traveling right now, it fell off my radar, no worries, I'll revisit that when it's a better time for me. Okay, no problem, no pressure, right? You never want to give people pressure. You want to make sure that you're giving people an opportunity, because again, you have this opportunity, right? Your mindset is, I have this opportunity for them. And that's called positioning. You're positioning yourself, your products, your services in a way that's giving someone an opportunity to want to do business with you. And no just means not right now. Okay, because look, in 3 months from now, Riley can be in a different position. And he's like, you know what, Justin, I've been struggling. I better join the Ronin community because I see everyone leveling up in there. I want to level up too. So I better invest in myself and become a Ronin. That's just an example. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful, Riley. I got about like 5 more minutes here, but yeah, let's get into the next question here.
No, I love it. You know what? I actually want to hold on a little bit with this. If you have 5 more minutes, let us know how you can help and how people can reach out to you, what offers you have.
Yeah, so how I can help is, through my Revenue Ronin community is growing, and the mission is very clear. It's 1,000 Ronins, all focused on 2 things: sales and marketing mastery, right? Sales and marketing mastery is what it's about. And once you master sales and marketing, you're going to be in a great position. And the most dangerous person in the room is someone that knows sales, that knows marketing, and that knows tech. Once you combine all 3 of those, you are unstoppable. There's no excuses, right? There's no excuses. And that's what I've really been focused on. My mission for the last 25 plus years is helping people bridge the gap between tech and non-tech, right? So helping people, guide them at all levels between the tech and non-tech, and bridging that divide. And so my community of the Revenue Ronin community, again, it's a private paid community that we're really focused on monthly check-ins, monthly group mastermind calls where people can ask the Ronin anything on a group call and get more specific for their situation as opposed to a space. But we do these live every day, Monday through Friday. They're getting live. Riley's been there. He contributes. We're doing live masterminds and live masterclasses every single day on X, Monday through Friday. And so the Revenue Running community is that next step up for serious entrepreneurs who are saying, you know what, I'm tired of not bringing in more revenue. I gotta really learn sales and marketing. And then they learn it. 90 days later, they're closing deals. Their revenue's up. And you don't take my word for it. Take Will Carter or Danielle or Christelle or Timo, or I can go down the list of over 25 plus. We've had over 40 something members sign up. So that's the first opportunity, is the Revenue Running community. And then the second opportunity is through my agency, where I actually do fractional chief revenue officer advisory. So this is more for like a biotech startup CEO who's, they don't have maybe a chief marketing officer or a chief revenue officer, and they need one. And they have a go-to-market strategy that they have to execute or they have to come up with. They've gotten some funding, and they need to start bringing in revenue, right? So that's where I step in. That's where my agency steps in, and I help provide that advisory. And I don't just advise and give a PowerPoint deck and have a nice day. No, I'm actually in the trenches with them. I'm executing, right? I'm coming up with strategy, but I also execute. I can run ads. I can, I live in this stuff every day. It's something that I really enjoy, and I've been working and honing my craft for over 20 years. So, and then those are the main things, Riley. But thanks for asking.
I love it. We have an extra question, but I think we'll just parking lot for next time you show up.
Let's do it.
How?
Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do it
Okay.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So here's the question. What's your take on vibe coding and catching up with a fast-paced environment?
Yeah. So now that everyone can code, right? So what's your moat? What is your differentiation factor? And it's your personal brand, it's trust, and it's distribution. And when you're vibe coding, typically it's one thing, right? What is that one thing that you're going to solve for with your vibe coding? Get validation with that one thing, that one offer, that one feature, and then really lean into that. For example, this is a multi-million-dollar business. If anyone wants to do it right now, retargeting ads. Retargeting ads. You know how many companies that I work with that they don't have retargeting ads set up properly? If someone just focused on the service of, I'm going to just specialize in retargeting ads, that's a $1 million business a year right there. Just focusing on retargeting ads. Okay. So again, with your vibe coding solution, focus on one pain point, one problem, one feature, one benefit, and one offer. Talk to 10 people, talk to 100 people, get those first 10 to invest in your vibe coding solution and do demos, right? Value up front. Hey, look what I put together for you. Hey, look what I did for you. I just set up this voice agent, right? Check it out. Do a demo with them. Wow. And do a Loom video too. This is another good pro tip, is do a Loom video. Hey, Riley, I took a look at your website. I see that, social media, you guys are active on there. You're not getting much engagement. I noticed you guys are running paid ads. Just wondering how that's working. But here's some areas of improvement I would make with your social media strategy to increase engagement and ideally grow revenue. And you do that proactively, and then you're adding value up front, and then you got their attention, right? It's personalized to them, and yeah.
Boom. There you
All
go.
right, Riley. Well, I gotta run, brother. Well, thanks for having me on. This was fun, man. We gotta do this. Fridays are my flex day a little bit. So
Okay.
Yeah, so Fridays is a good day to connect on the back channel, and yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
My pleasure. I just want to say, guys, if you don't know Justin, or if you're not connected with Justin now, check him on X, LinkedIn, follow his content. He does live audio spaces on X every single day. Can you remind me the time? Because I'm EST, so it's a bit different for me.
Yeah, it's 6:45 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. So yeah, Monday through Friday, and it's sales and marketing mastery. These are masterminds. These are daily master classes, and they're free. That's it's all free. A lot of people join. They'll always be free, by the way. And I'm not charging for spaces, but I'll just say that membership has benefits, right? Membership has benefits. So if you need extra attention, check out the Revenue Running community. We'd love to have you. We're growing. And yeah, thanks for having me on. Just keep crushing it out there, guys. And there's a lot of opportunities, but you need to make sure you're focused and positioned for the right opportunities for you at the right time, with the right product, the right service, the right ICP, the right offer, the right
Mm,
medium, the right tactic. All those things come together, and that's where you meet that 3% of people who are ready to buy and invest now versus the 97% of people who are just not there yet. And that's okay. We can't help everyone, but people need to help themselves. So much love, Riley. Thank you, man. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you up on the timeline.
I love this. Thanks for being here, Justin. Have a good one. Have a good rest of the day. God bless you.
Yeah, you too, man. God bless.
Take care. All right. I had no idea that this would go this way, but hey, he showed up. I was like, okay, do you want to jump in? He said, yeah. I mean, we did it. We did it. Ah, I love this. Okay, so let me just cool down a little bit. I'm gonna switch my glasses because I can't stay in black belt mode for too long. It's dangerous. It's consuming way too much energy. Boom, back to normal. All right, so here's what we're gonna do for the rest of this session. I'm gonna have a look at a couple startup pitch, give a little bit of a roast, give a little bit of feedback. Um, People, if you guys are watching this now, if you have questions, drop your questions in the comments. I'll handle these ones first. If not, we'll have a look at the questions that I collected in the past days. There we go. Just remove that. Boom, boom. Let me just pull out my screen with the answers from folks. Okay, interesting. Okay. Images are not allowed. I don't know why. Okay, so let me share my screen. We're gonna have a look at a couple of startup pitch. I think the last one was this one. Okay, let's go. Share screen. That's the one. All right. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Wait, did I miss one? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So Miss Eves sent us Ziggle Art, create your animated brand mascot. Let's have a look at that. Just gonna pop this up. Oh yeah, I know this one. I know this one. Really cool. That's a really cool one. Um, so you pop up. Let's have a look at the vibe. AI character animator. So I would remove AI from your value proposition because number one, it's not really a differentiator. It's like putting AI doesn't make the stuff better because now everyone has access to AI. Uh, if not, it's actually lowering the value of your product because people think, ah, this is probably has been made in in a vibe coding weekend. And if it was the case, good for you. But if it wasn't, you're giving the wrong perception to people. So I would just call it character animator. But even that character animator is that's not the destination. It's not giving me the exact value. And so you probably want to rephrase that into something people would understand and get the value out of it extremely clearly. Sorry. So the easiest way to create a brand, easiest way to create engaging character, the easiest way to create memorable mascots, brand perception. Okay, okay, cool. Let's have a look at a little bit of the website. 99% of apps are forgettable. Give your brand a personality. Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Visuals are cool. Characters for every app. Okay, that's cool. Let me see. Yeah, the cat really does the work. That's good. Um, 10 times faster than manual design. So it would be nice to have like a comparison side by side before and after so people really get it. Your app deserves a personality. Okay, great for every platform. We have the pricing. Cool. Classic. I think it's missing a little bit of that punchiness at the beginning of the landing page. The cat on the right side is a good slap of punchiness, but the value proposition on the left side can be improved. Like what are people looking for? What is it that they're trying to get? What is it that they really desire? And then connect this to your Ziggle arts. That's it. But that's good. But Eve has been uh has been crafting her pitch for a little bit. Boom. Oh, got a question here. Gotta go, dude. All right. We probably gonna stay for an extra 20 to 30 minutes. But you will be able to catch up with the recording. So don't hesitate. Stay tuned. Check the YouTube channel, subscribe, and as soon as the replay is available, you can catch up with that. Um, all right, we have a live question here. Would love you to check out and drop some of your valuable feedback to screenforgeai.com. Okay, I will do this, but before, give me your 2 sentence pitch. Like you have like 5 seconds, 10 seconds to explain the value of that stuff to someone. How would you frame that? In the meantime, I'm gonna have a look at another pitch here. This one. This one is done. This one is done. Let's have a look at Play Mix. Vibe Create Video Game. Okay, that's from Eve. So we're gonna save this one. Like one per person. That's enough. Okay, marketing agent that creates entire campaign based on your brand. Okay, that's a classic mistake. So you describing pretty much features, marketing agents that creates entire campaign based on brand. And the problem with this is people don't wake up, get their Americano and think, you know what? I need a marketing agent that creates entire campaigns based on my brand. And so let me just Google that. No, that's not how they think. So you need to find out how they think. And there's a very high chance that they're not thinking from the feature or the idea perspective. They're thinking from the problem. So what is the problem that these people have that this marketing agent would solve for them? It's just like when you go to the doctor, you arrive at the doctor's office and you say you have a pain in the shoulder. You don't arrive at the doctor and say, hey, doctor, I need a marketing agent that is going to do ABC for me. So people, they Google the problem. Hey, how do I fix my leaking pipe? They don't go from the solution because they don't know the solution. Otherwise, they will be already grocery shopping for it. So let's have a quick look at the website. Stop posting content that the algorithm ignores. See, this is a bit better than what you just said previously. So people are posting content that the algorithm ignores. I'm not sure it's the algorithm, I'm pretty sure it's people. But that's a bit better. Let's have a look at that. Savvy Work is the AI agent that learns your brand and creates content engineered for how Instagram, blah 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 blah. Get your post in 90 seconds. Okay, again, this is input focused. Like, you're describing what's gonna happen. You're not describing the result of the work. And so you want to fix that. In order for you to fix that, the quick answer is you need to talk to 15 people who are posting content online and expressing frustrations, and you need to have a conversation with them to understand what are those frustrations, and then translate this into your value proposition. So what do people think, and how do they express their desires and frustrations, so that you can leverage that into a clear value proposition. Okay, there you go. I spend 10 hours a week on social media and my posts are getting no reach. So I can take this sentence and make value proposition out of it. It's like, tired of spending 10 hours a week on social media and getting 0 impressions? Try our stuff. That is a really good one. I'd be working on this one. Because then you can quantify, you have a quantity, 10 hours, you can probably connect it to a monetary value. If you talk to these people wasting 10 hours and getting no results, you can say, okay, what is your hourly rate? Oh, you pay $25 an hour. So you're basically wasting $250 and you're getting no results. Well, for a fraction of that money, which is gonna probably be announced in the pricing, there you go. For 10% of that money, we can get you results. And then, as Justin was saying earlier, show the results in 90 days and then build on to that. There you go. Boom. Let me just, ooh, my screen is laggy. You got your feedback. My live video, check it out. There we go. All right, so let's have a look at Mohib. There you go. From capture to clean video in one smooth flow. Okay, so again, same problem as I just expressed. Let me just try to get your website. Screenforgeai.com. Screenforgeai.com. Okay, I'm not gonna look at that, so I'm not biased. But let's have a look at your value proposition first. Boom. All right, so your value proposition is from capture to clean video in one smooth flow. Okay, so this has 3 problems. Let me pull out my tablet. Let's just look at that. Screen sharing, accept. Let me just redo that again. Sorry guys, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna switch screen so I can have my tablet running. That's a 30-second thing, but desire. Hey, when the night's closing in, hey, you remind me. Hey, oh, 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 hey. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saying. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. Oh, I'm chanting. we go. It's gonna be much better. Okay, so from capture to clean video in one smooth flow. So number one thing is, what is the problem? What is the problem? Oh man, I don't know how to write. This is terrible. And so your problem needs to be what I called a rude problem. And what it stands for is, actually did it yesterday, so I'm just going to pull out my slides from yesterday. There you go. It's here. Excellent. So what you need to do is to reframe that from, sorry, there you go. So your problem needs to be rude and as rude as possible. What it means is that it needs to be recognized, and that's the one thing that you don't have right now. Recognized means people can, so sorry, recognized means you can go on the internet and type a certain keywords, and it will tell you, prove you that people have this problem. So in things like Google Trends, or you should be able to go on YouTube and see the people searching for those problems. So right now, with something like how to capture from capture to clean video in one smooth flow, the way you frame the problem is not recognized. I can tell. So you need to make it simpler. What it means is that the people you've talked to, how do they express their pain? What are the words they use? What are the sentences they use to describe the problem that they have? I'm pretty sure that nobody you talk to literally said, oh, my problem is from capture to clean video in one smooth flow. Nobody said that. That's kind of the solution you're bringing in. So you need to reframe this to something that is a clear problem. Then the second thing is a bit missing is the who. Who is this for? And if your answer is anyone with a pulse, you lose. Like essentially, if your ideal avatar is, I like to say, Kevin Heartbeat, you lose. And the reason why you lose is because it's way too vague. And if it's way too vague, people will not trust your solution as being the expert solution. And your marketing, your messaging will not be strong enough to capture those people. And they'll think, man, he's describing exactly my problem. He's describing me. And so I want to try this solution. And we have another question here. I'm gonna parking lot this and see if I have time to answer it right after this one. Boom, there you go. So first thing, you need to fix your value proposition, because the way it is, it's not clear. Who is it for? It's not clear. And what is the real value? Number three, the value that you bring to people. It's like nobody is gonna buy your features. Like nobody's gonna buy the agentic stuff. People want the result. Like, don't sell the fork, sell the dish, right? And if you're selling the tool for the tool, it has to be extremely good or extremely clear for people to just jump into it. When you want to start by selling the result. And like right now, you're telling people, hey, if you pay me, you're gonna have this tool that you're gonna do the work with. People ideally they don't want to do the work. They want the result of the work. And the closer you can get to the result of the work, the more chance you have of closing that. So buy the result. There you go. result. Boom. So let's have a look at your stuff. Screen4j. Okay, I'm gonna switch here. I'm just gonna go here. Now I'm gonna have a look at your landing page. Record, edit, export. No other app needed. Yeah, you see what I read here is, let me just go like that. When I read these kinds of value proposition, I read there you go. Where's the stuff? It's in here. Yeah. So what you're telling me right now is me working, me working, me working. That's basically what your value proposition is telling me. You're telling me, hey, you're gonna work, then you're gonna work more, and you're gonna work even more. But here's the cool thing: you won't need any other app. You can work, all in my app. Give me $20 a month. clip that, clip that. Let me just switch my glasses because I think I'm getting black belt right now. I'm getting dark in the roast, so probably need my yeah. These are better glasses for that. So you're basically telling people, hey, you're gonna pay me $20. You're gonna pay me 20, 30, $50 so you can work. But nah, we're not Rihanna here, so forget that. Auto zoom, cursor effect, timeline, editing. These are just features. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Like features. I don't care. I don't care that you have effects. Nobody wakes up and think, hey, you know what? I need a tool where I'm gonna work, record, edit, export, and this tool need to have like auto zoom, cursor effect, and timeline, and these kind of things. I'm glad you get my point. I'm going a bit blunt, but like I'm genuinely trying to help. But here's the thing, that's why you need to switch your mind from this and start thinking, okay, what is the result that people get? And once your mind is switched to outputs and outcome instead of, okay, this is what you'll be able to do, user, then it's going to be interesting. I'm just curious to see what's your pricing on that stuff. Okay, I don't see the pricing. And same thing, the blessing that you have with your product and solution is that you on a field that is extremely visual. And so instead of putting those words, like, let your demo speak, like show the people the end results. And let me tell you something, the end results is not a clip. The end results is views and people booking leads and and buying stuff. And then you'd have someone that says, man, I used 4JI in 5 minutes. I was able to get content out there and it got me 1 million views. That got me 5 leads. That got me 2 sales. And I can't believe it. It's because that's what they want. People don't want to spend time creating content. People want customers or status. And your solution is the bridge to that. And you need to explain it to people. Hey, if you pay me $20 a month, I'll help you get customers. And people will be like, wait, how? Well, I'm going to help you save time editing stuff and make it so deliciously visual that people are going to watch it, they're going to love it, they're going to connect with you, and they're going to buy your products. That's it. I don't think I need to scroll more into the page. I think this is useful enough to work on. Boom. Yeah, all right. See? My pleasure. Guys, I want to see more comments. I want to see more reactions. Let me know if you are on X, on YouTube, or watching from LinkedIn. If you have any questions or stuff like that, or if you want me to roast your pitch, I have a couple of more minutes to do so. So let me know. Okay, so let me check a couple of those questions. Mm-hmm. Okay, next question. How would you go into a market that have existing proven solution? That's a great question. That's a great question. There's a belief behind that that I hear a lot. And let me just share my screen. Yeah, there you go. The belief that I see behind this one with sorry, I'm just going to get closer to the microphone, is my market is saturated. Classic stuff. If it's not what you tried to express, let me know with an extra comment. Ludovic. I'll sort of fine tune my answer, but the classic thing that I see is people don't want to tap into an existing market because they think it's saturated and um, they cannot get traction into this. So let me just kill this myth right away by saying there is no saturated market to make an extra 5K per month. So for my SaaS founders, for my tech founders stuck at $0, there is no such a thing as a saturated market to make an extra $5,000 a month. Um, Interesting point from Albert, and I agree. Healthy competition is always good. And I want to build on top of that by saying, let me just get back the question here. If you found a market, an existing market, that means you found demand and validation, which is a good thing because I see so many tech founders building things for non existent markets and they think, oh, I'm just going to build it. Maybe, but it's going to take you 100 years. And so, why would you do that? So, having identified a market that is existing, that has proven solution is great. Now, how do you get a piece of, sorry, how do you get a piece of the pie? My two ways for getting a piece of the pie are number one, do better. End of the show. Thank you very much. No, so what I mean by do better, wait, let me give you the second one. The second one is do different. So these are the two ways I personally use to get into an existing market, and I'll take 2 minutes to dive into each one. But basically, do better than what is already existing or do differently. And so let's have a look at these things. So we have a comment here. Listen to existing frustrations. Exactly. So do better. Albert said it perfectly. Listen to existing frustrations and build solutions to the problem. As you said, nobody cares, bells and whistles. That's exactly that. So if you're into an existing market, what you want to do, let's be strategic here. Let me just move this because it's a bit getting people's attention. There you go. Oh, sorry, technical stuff. There you go. So what we mean by this is there's a company selling a product. What you want to do is search on the internet about this product and about the consumers of this product. have a look at the reviews. Okay? Have a look at the reviews. And what you want to focus on is not on the 5-star reviews. You want to focus on the 1-star and 2 stars reviews. There is a 99% probability that you'll find unhappy customers of a product. So easy, you can check this out every single day on Amazon. So have a look at the people who gave 1 or 2 stars on a product, whether it's on the App Store, or on Amazon, on Google reviews and stuff like that, and have a read through what people say, and especially, as Albert was saying, what people are complaining about. And this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity. What your competitors are not doing well, you could build on top of that and then position yourself as that stuff. Exactly. See? Great minds think alike. And it's as simple as that. So you can have a look at the reviews, the 5 stars. You can go onto the Reddits and all the forums. So Reddits, the Facebook groups, and see what people say about these products and get the reviews. Get onto YouTube. Get onto YouTube. Type product name and plus honest review or something like that, and see what people say about that. And so with YouTube, with Reddits, with product reviews, with TikTok, UGC content, you will find enough feedback to give you a signal of, okay, how should I position myself? And now the second aspect of the story is the do different. So if you can't do better because you think the technology has reached the ceiling, then you can do different. And for that, I want to show you guys something because that's my favorite example. Let me just pull out here google.com. I want to show you something that I love. It's my favorite example. It's called liquid death. Images. There you go. Can I just open this big? Yeah. Liquid death. If you don't know what liquid death is, have a look at that. Let's just have a look at the description that is here. Liquid death is still mountain water in a can. Clip that. Liquid Death is a brand that was created a couple of years ago from an ex-Netflix guy, and he's basically putting water in a can. Like, it's it's written on top of it. It's like water in a can. Is it better? Maybe not. But it's different. So the packaging, they took the beer packaging and they blend it with water, and that's the art of branding, associating ideas. So they used all the codes of beer, but then they blend it with water so that they could create something different. So every time someone tells me, yeah, my market is saturated, there's no way I can get a piece of the pie, I show them liquid death. Like these these guys made millions selling drinkable water in a can. And they started, I think it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So it's not something from 20 or 50 years ago. So be different. So your two options is do better. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong pen. Two options is do better or do different. And that's how you can get into a market. Let's jump into this comment. Years ago, my team and I won a hackathon because we literally looked through the 1-star reviews of a competitor and built an app that literally addressed all these issues that people bitched about. Yeah, that's the way to go. It's that famous Jeff Bezos quote, like, your margin is my opportunity. Here it's like, your 1-star reviews are my opportunity. And people underestimate the power of emotions. Like some people will buy Pepsi because they hate Coca-Cola and vice versa. And so if you have a product, there is a chance for you to get people to buy it just because they don't like the offer that are out there. And so just do it. There we go. So that, I hope I answered your question, Ludovic. There we go. Let's get back to the beauty. And that's it. That's it for today's session. I'll probably be back live tomorrow, 11:30 EST. I'm Riley, the Amazing Advisor. You just watched an episode live with me, the Amazing Advisor. Stay tuned. Follow me. I'm on X, LinkedIn, YouTube. Subscribe to these channels. And if you stuck with your SaaS or startup, stuck at 0 customer, or stuck because you've reached the ceiling, send me a message. I'll see how I can help. And see you on the next one.
When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind, wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened, chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind, wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened, chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days.